Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is Steve Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. The market is bleeding. Wow, the market is really bleeding today. Interesting times to be an early adopter in this new asset class is the digital asset space. The market is doing what the market does. We'll go over the numbers. What's this word on the street about the Ethereum Foundation trying to set up some nodes in North Korea? And one of the SLAMP members of the Ethereum Alliance or Ethereum Foundation, yeah, that's just not a great look, right? Because it's illegal, right? Because of the sanctions and all that stuff. So apparently this person, Mr. Griffith, went on to do so anyway, at least tried to do so, and got caught in jail, now awaiting sentencing. Now, this article came out, I think, in March of 2022, but that's very interesting. Very interesting. We're going to hear from Bill. Bill has some thoughts on the whole library case. Bill, the attorney, we'll go over that as well. We'll check in with Stefan Huber. He has some really great stuff to share with us as well. SBI getting into the payments game with XRP in Japan and Africa. That, my friends, is what we call a good look. That is a good look. Shout out to Crypto Eddie for breaking, to be the first one to break this whole thing with the Sherman and the Sherman law firm, Sherman and whatever, with I forget the name of that law firm, with who is it? Bill Hemming. Yeah, that's big news because it definitely ties. Yeah, I know some people don't want to give her credit for the one breaking that, but that definitely proves that that dude knew about the Ethereum Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Shout out to Crypto Eddie for breaking that, and for John Deaton acknowledging that she was the one to break that. So interesting stuff. We'll go over that as well. Man, this market. All right, guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. The Bitcoin dominance is at 39.4%. That's not a great number for the altcoins. And the total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.55 trillion. It's down 6.5%, 6.6% on a 24-hour. Bitcoin is at $32,194. Ethereum is at $2,360. XRP is at 52 cents. It is down 13.7% on the 7 day. Look at now you got some prices there. Look at Terra Luna down 30% at $57.78. What we got? What else is nice buys right now? What are some nice buys? I mean, that's a big one. 30% for Terra. Interesting. What's going on with Flare Networks and the Songbird token? I'd love to see what's going on there. Polygon is down to 86 cents. 86 cents. Down 21%. There's a 30% right here. Oh, that's Luna. That's the same thing. Bonded Luna and Terra Luna. ApeCoin is down 36.4%. If you're interested, it's trading at $10.16. Man, look at it's just red all over the spot. 25% is the minimum for us. Got GMT token is down 32.9%, trading at $2.32. What else is there? Anything else? 25% below. That's pretty much it. Let's go down. Let's see what's in the top 100. Yeah, market caps. Whew. Yes, indeed. It is blood in the freaking streets. I exited Curve in just a nick of time. I exited Crow in just a nick of time. Man, this market is definitely something. Definitely something for sure. Got to pay close attention to it. Let me see if it was TAIG who broke this news about the guy from the Ethereum Foundation looking to do something in North Korea with Ethereum nodes. That's not a great look, right? Was it our guy TAIG? Come on, internet. Yeah, it was from oh no, it was from XRP Theorist at XRP Theorist. He tagged TAIG in here. This is some damning accusation. If the feds have email evidence, it doesn't matter if you have email evidence. I think the dude's in court, right? Ethereum Foundation initially indulged Virgil Griffith's effort to engage North Korea, U.S. prosecutors say. From the Ethereum Foundation's Virgil Griffith, and it's an interesting article. The Singapore-based entity that oversees the Ethereum blockchain initially indulged an effort to illegally engage North Korea by a person named Virgil Griffith, a senior executive who later pleaded guilty to violating sanctions related to the country. U.S. prosecutors said in sentencing submissions filed in the New York court last week. I'm not going to get into too much detail here. The court filings also for the first time suggest there were direct communications between Canadian Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin and Griffin on the matter. Though Buterin is not identified by name in those allegations, the Ethereum Foundation has long distanced itself from the case. I'm sure they did, and neither it nor Buterin is accused of any wrongdoing. But the prosecution's allegation drags the foundation, among cryptocurrency's biggest names, into an international scandal that has long been focused on Griffith's personal conduct, right? So he's part of the Ethereum Foundation and not a small person, right? I believe some type of executive there. If you go on to read this article, which I find to be very, very fascinating, he was trying to set up a node in North Korea, but there was some back and forth with, Buterin. They called this person, I think they called him An1, this person, individual one, individual one in Griffin. Yeah, so you remember when Laura Shin was saying that, like, when they were talking about specific people, they wouldn't use their name. They had code names for these people. Why? Why do you need code names to interact amongst with the bigger people at the company? Why you need these code names? Just not a great look. I mean, you come up with technology, you come up with smart contracts, and then you set up these foundations, and just bad people end up getting at the helm of these things. We all know that the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance is, just more and more becoming more like Sullivan and Cromwell and a multinational company. It's just not a great look for something that was supposed to be decentralized and provide a level playing field for everyone. Not a great look at all. Just sad to see that. Let's check in with Bill, the attorney here, Bill Belisarius. I have further considered the library summary judgment motion, and I observed that in relation to the Howey test, the point of attack is that buyers used it not as an investment. And what the lawyers do is to attempt to distinguish the early cases on digital assets that had ICOs. I know I covered this earlier, but I do think this is important to know. Distinguishing an early decision, even a binding precedent, means arguing that the facts of your case are so different that the earlier case should not be followed. And the court should, in effect, make a new precedent. This extract from the library submission shows that this is what libraries attorneys seek to do. And the several points they raise are the fact the LBRY library had no white paper and had no ICO, and that sales were to users on an already functioning usable network who used it on the network. Library asserts that in each of the ICO cases, there were no already existing functioning ecosystems that had been launched, and the tokens in those cases had no utility when sold. And I believe Bill says he kind of agrees with him. A key fact library relies on is that buyers of the LBC library credits used it on the library network rather than to speculate on secondary markets. And I believe this is why Jeremy Hogan is saying pay close attention to what goes on the ruling between library and SEC. As I explained, says Bill, in a previous tweet, library has adduced evidence from 295 people to show this use on the network. This evidence is supported by expert evidence that there were more people using LBC credits on the library network than trading it on the off-chain secondary market. I find this to be a compelling fact, says Bill. So overall, this is a cogent argument relying on both expert and ordinary evidence to show that the Howey test does not apply to LBC credits, library credits, and that the library case is very different to earlier ICO cases from which decisions this matter should be distinguished. So pay a close attention to what is going on with the SEC versus library, just like Jeremy Hogan has pointed out. All right, we got the update on the schedule. Quick scheduling update from Jimmy James. I know I shared this in a previous video. Ripple defendants' response to the SEC brief claiming the Hinman documents are protected by the attorney-client privilege is due on Friday, May 13th, 4 days from now. The SEC's reply to the Ripple defendants' response is due May 18th. Come on, computer. Refresh this thing. The computer puts the tabs to sleep if you're not using them right away. Fun fact, says Watch It Guru, Bitcoin, I don't know if that's true anymore, but Bitcoin has a larger market cap than JP Morgan Chase. Just think about that. And if you understand the banking world and what they control, then you understand why hashtag Gary Gensler was ushered to the front of the room. You understand why in Congress, there are certain people who are not calling hashtag Gary Gensler and the SEC to the carpet, calling the hearings, if you understand the banks. This is why I say it is massively important that you support products in the crypto space that do not require traditional financial products, right? Because those traditional financial products are not owned by you and I, they are owned by the corrupt likes of JP Morgan, Citi, and Chase. Hey, I wasn't out there manipulating the market. That would be JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, right? So, and merely paying a fine after they make their 5 to 10x doing something illegally and factoring that in the fine. Come on. Yeah, it's cool to be saving money. It's cool to have cash right now, but where are you saving it? Where are you saving your money is the key. Because if you got it in a bank, you're just losing. So where are you saving that fiat and having fiat on hand? Where are you saving it? I'm not saving it in the bank. All right, so this is some interesting news from Stefan Huber. All right, I found out why we're dropping in price, right? Whenever there's great news, we seem to go down in price. SBI has announced that the first XRP payment channel for cross-border payments with Africa, Japan's first XRP payment support on cross-border, something called an EC site, which I thought was interesting. Anders L put this out for us as well. Check this out. Bitcoin and XRP. Bitcoin and XRP. We are pleased to announce that our company has started to support crypto asset settlement on the cross-border EC site, SBI Motor Japan. There are 2 types of payment compatible currencies that we will start handling this time. Bitcoin and XRP, SBI Motor Japan. This is the first time in Japan that XRP is supported on a cross-border EC site. Got to freaking love that. So I'm guessing this is cars. And so I believe African countries will be able to kind of get these cars, and in SBI Motor Japan will be taking payments in freaking Bitcoin and XRP. So we don't have to give a warning about that now, do we? Do we have to be careful what we hold? Because SBI is taking Bitcoin and XRP. Yeah. All right. So remember back in the day, Rachel Lee used to give us some stuff here. Interesting. Let's take a listen to this one. Who remembers these times, says Lord XRP. What's going on, my guy? I hope you're well. Rachel Lee says, if you think only JP Morgan was calling crypto a scam while building their own secretly, think again. So she's saying it wasn't just JP Morgan doing this. It was other top banks as well. Because there's a whole new global financial system being built in secret for years now by the IMF, the BIS, and central banks, etc. XRP will take the role the US dollar plays today. Interesting. We are impatient and we want to see XRP get to 1,000 in the blink of an eye. XRP will easily glide to 3 or 4 digits when the world is ready to accept and fully implement the new global financial system. All efforts are being made to position XRP as a global reserve bridge asset, a global reserve bridge asset. And let me share this here, and then I am going to get off here. Let's see if I can find it. Is it this one? Mr. Naveen Gupta. Remember this? This is key. But boy, I gotta tell you, that Rachel Lee tweet is something. Global reserve, she didn't say currency, she said global reserve, he or she, bridge asset.
I mean, what is the next move, on Ripple's roadmap, in your opinion? To put you on the spot here.
No, it's very simple. So I think one thing, if there is one message that you can get in this room, is Ripple is not an ordinary company. We are not here to make us have a small market share or do X, do Y, and make small amount of money or something to happen. We are here to make a dent in the universe. Either we will change the remittance universe, the way you understand, the way value gets transferred across the world, between people, between institutions, or we will just fade away. So it's almost 0 or 1. And some of it comes from our Silicon Valley arrogance. Some of it comes from, that's the reason 6 years ago, we were born with the mission of moving money like information moves today, right? And we are making it possible working with the existing ecosystem. So I think this is a key differentiator about Ripple. And that's the reason we are a monoline company. Every day we get tens of ideas to say, why don't you do security settlement? Why don't you work in trade finance? Why don't you do X, Y, Z? And what we tell them is, just cross-border remittances is $155 trillion problem. We'll solve this first. We'll make a difference to everybody who's present in this room. And once we have made the difference, then only we will look at something else. So we are like, Google is for search, Ripple is for remittances. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it right, and we will not rest till we earn your respect and your business.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gupta. Yes, sir.
How do you think, what is the next?
Yes, sir. That is, my friend, that is the word on the street, without question. The market is going to do, guys, what the market does. I hope that you continue to strengthen your resolve. I know these are difficult times. Raul Paul has said it a number of times now that a lot of retail is not in this market. You got to understand that inflation is affecting a lot of people. Inflation is a real deal. I remember I went to freaking fill up the Lexus about a week ago. And it was $75 to fill up the Lexus. And this is right. This is not my old RC Lexus that I had, right? This is just a regular 4-door Lexus. $75. Not a truck, not some big SUV, just a regular sedan. $75. You got to understand what's going on in the market for sure. I gotta tell you, definitely got to understand what's going on in this market for sure. So a lot of crypto people a lot of retail are not in, having to make different moves and having to make different decisions for sure. And so I wanted to share this with you guys. I've been hesitant, but I did put on the super thanks here. Just as a way for people who watch my uploaded videos to support the channel if you're willing to do so, if you enjoy the content if you enjoy the hangout, I would definitely appreciate that. If you enjoy the hangout, subscribe to the channel. You can support the channel through the super thanks on all of the videos. It's been a really, really interesting time to hang out with the family. And I hope that we can continue to provide content that will allow you to hodl strong through these markets. I'm considering doing a membership so that I can add more of the financial things that we do, like where do we put our cash for times like this, as opposed to the bank that's paying you 0.0009 on your money. Right, so just understand that there's other places to put your money that gives you 5 to 7% every single year that that you can use to, because banks essentially are just for storage and security, right? Everyone, like I was teaching my teenager this the other day, explaining to her what happens when you want to put your money in a bank, right? Instead of putting it what we like to call our family bank. It's a big time difference, right? All right, guys. So listen, I'm going to end this video like I do all my videos. Thank you again. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. For some reason, the subscriber count that did it again. It got to 7,600 or so. Then it's just started going down. Can't quite understand what it is. This is an older video. So it's very, very strange to see that happen. Again, thank you so much for the super thanks. And I'm going to end this video like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money does not want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.